Hello everyone. Today we are doing a Fortnite locations tier list. Now, as you can see, these are all new and old locations. All of the name locations that have happened. So let's, I guess, get straight into it. And so just keep in mind, I played in season 3, so if any of so most of these I will have at least played on them, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so first up, Anarchy Acres. Now I might get a little bit of hate for this. Okay, stupid teams. I might get a little hate for this, but this was my favorite farm out of both of the two farms, Frenzy and Anarchy. This was my favorite. So I didn't play with it a lot, but when I did go there, it was my favorite farm, so I'm gonna go mostly enjoyable. Um, Caddy Corner. So, Caddy Corner. It was pretty. It was very good. It had the best shotgun in season 3, chapter 2, season 3. It had the best shotgun. Um, and it had a really good rotation use. So I would say mostly enjoyable. Coliseum, I don't really like it, and I don't really go to it that much. So I guess I would either have to put it in average or just passing through. But it was one of like the main things that I went to originally in the when the new season came out. Coral Castle. So get me out of here could mean it's absolutely hectic, or it's absolutely like, or it's just terrible. I would say, for me, it's just gonna be, it's terrible. I don't want to go there, so I'm gonna put Coral Castle. I don't really like it that much. Craggy, um, again, average or just passing through. I'll go just passing through. Dirty Docks, when I play arena for fun, I go there. So, I'll put it in front of Caddy, but yeah. Doom's Domain. Ooh, Doom's Domain. It was like a really big place. It did replace Pleasant though, so that might have to be, a different situation. But I would say it was mostly enjoyable. I feel like that's gonna be a lot of them. Dusty. So loot wise, average. Okay, there were like 3 chests. All right, you can't tell me that the loot was phenomenal, but the nostalgia that you when you see Dusty Depot and the factories that went with them, it was amazing. So I'll go mostly enjoyable. Dusty Divot late. It was pretty average. Loot wise, it was pretty good, and map wise, it was pretty good. So mostly enjoyable. But in terms of going there a lot, I feel like it would be average or just passing through again, because um it was kind of like a bad thing to be in there because it was just a big hole, so it was a lot of high ground. So I'll go just passing through, especially since it was still in the game at the time where people started getting really, really good. So as you can see in the next one, Dusty Divot, I would always visit. Because here's the difference between Dusty Divot and Dusty Divot Late. Is Dusty Divot Late was still in that late stage, I guess, in season 8, right? So season 8, season 9, around World Cup time, it was that people were starting to get really, really good, right? As in Dusty Divot was literally just for really early season 4, and that was, in my opinion, my favorite season. Um, so yeah, it was. I really liked Dusty Divot, so I put it in Always Visit. Fatal Fields, it was average to me. Flush, just passing through. Like, come on, man. Frenzy, I would have to put it in. Let me just put Anarchy Acres. Anarchy Acres was one of my favorite places early. I'll put Frenzy Farms like in front there because it was really good. I think it like when I would play with my friends, it was like our number one place to go in chapter 2 season 3. It was the main place to go. And I think a lot of them were my in these higher tiers are the main places we would go. Um so yeah, like Anarchy Acres season 3, I would mainly go there when I was playing by myself. Dusty Divot and Dusty Divot was like season 4 was like my spot kind of, and Anarchy Acres again. And like Frenzy is season 2 or chapter 2 season 3, sorry. And that was also Catty Corner, so um yeah. Next, Frosty Flights, didn't go there, don't really care. Gotham City. Now this was a season 10. I didn't really play that much in season 10, but uh I guess I'll get it just passing through. I didn't really play that much. Greasy, come on, man. Come on. Greasy. Happy Hamlet. I did really like Happy, probably because I was not very great back then, so it would be like, a kind of late drop where no one would really go. So I'll put it average. Haunted. Okay. So a lot of times with these like edge places, it was quite weird because I would always get like great loot. Like Haunted Hills, I felt like I would always 100% like it was like 90% of the time I would get a chug jug or a scar. That was back in the day where scars were like really rare and really good. So I would always get like a chug jug or a scar out of Haunted Hills, and then probably died a zone because I was running too slow. But it was like that was there. So I would say mostly enjoyable just because I felt like I had gotten like great loot out of there at all times. Holly Hedges, I don't really like it because the people who go there are the amount of people that go there are just dumb. There are 10 people who go there, even though it's on the edge of the map. 10 people on average. 5 people on average every game, no matter what you're playing, solos, duos, squads, trios, whatever. People go Holly for some reason. Like, if you're just trying to play a chill game and you're like, hey, where can I go where that has good loot, but also is on the edge of the map where hopefully no one will go, or at least one person will go. And you think, let's go Holly. And then there's 15 people there and you die easily. So, yeah. Hunters, I would probably have to say average or mostly enjoyable because it has great loot, great location on the map, really central, but also IO guards. The fact that IO guards are the only key things keeping me from putting it in mostly enjoyable can just show you how annoying IO guards are. So I'll put it in average in front of I'm not really gonna put it in order, but yeah. Junk. See, unlike Haunted, I didn't really like, unless you were going for the llama or something like that, you didn't really go there unless you needed tons of metal for some reason. So I would just say just passing through. Lazy Lagoon was really good. I would say mostly enjoyable. Lazy Lake. Lazy Lake in terms of loot here. In terms of fighting and an amount of people here. Because I'm not that good and so I don't really like fighting that often. Or at least fighting good players who have good guns or better guns than me. So I guess I'll just put it in between the middle and say average. Actually, I'll just say just passing through. Because a lot of the average ones I also really like, so I don't really like this grade of average. I mean, I could always change it, but Lazy Links. Ooh, Lazy Links. Now, I really, really liked it. So you would think I would put it here, but I mean, it replaced my Anarchy Acres, so I can't rank it that high. But it was the first place I went when I first did Season 5, I think. When Season 5 first came out, what were the places? It was Lazy Links. It was Lazy Links. Paradise Palms, and I think that was it. Yeah, it was Paradise Palms and Lazy. And I think I went Lazy first, so that's why it's mostly enjoyable. And it would have been always visit, but again, it got rid of my Anarchy. Leaky Lake Post Cube. Don't remember it. So Leaky Lake with the floating island. I think that was just Loot Lake. Lonely Lodge had good wood, but other than that, not really good. Loot Lake Post Cube. Huh? That doesn't really make sense. I just put. Actually, I'll put it average because that was the 0 point, I think. OG Loot Lake. I mean, God tier, bro. God tier, man. God tier, bro. It didn't have the greatest loot, but I just like the amount of stuff that happened there. You know, kind of elevates it, and also that it's just like the place that other than Death Valley, like if you guys don't remember that, it was the little river part that would that was right next to Tilted and it would run towards Loot Lake and Death Valley because it was going right down the middle of the map on with Salty and Tilted on either side, two of the most populous places on the map on each side. So and it was low compared to them with lots of hills and stuff on either side, so you would just get sprayed, and so that's why it was Death Valley. But those were like the two most common places you would die because you, I think, walked slower in the water. And so people would always jump and jump. And you also couldn't build in the early days. I don't think you could build in the water. So that was the most common places you would die. Lucky, again, one of those, like I said with, where is it? Where did I put Haunted? Yeah. Again, this is one of these. I really liked Lucky, and it was another one of the places where I would get a gold scar or like a scar or a um a scar or a chug jug or a heavy shotgun, man, heavy shotgun. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a guns tier list. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do it in this stream as well. Who knows? Mega Mall. Mega Mall didn't really go there, so I guess I'll just go mostly passing through. Misty Meadows. I really like it. Mostly enjoyable. As you can see, just passing through and mostly enjoyable are the most common. I mean, just passing through is either ones I don't really go to that often, or places I don't remember, or I vaguely remember, but I don't remember going there often. And then these are either places I remember never going or never go to, or things I like literally remember nothing about, or I didn't really like. Moisty Mire, I really liked it. Good on mats, but nothing else really great. Moisty Palms. I didn't really go there, but I mean, I guess I'll put it just passing through because it had a cool, um, the cool bubble where it was one of those cool things, like with Gotham, that you could have glider redeploy, or when you crouched, you turned into a prop. So, Neo Tilted, it was really cool. I mean, I liked that we just got a modernized Tilted that season. It was really cool. So I'll put it in. I guess I'll put it in mostly enjoyable. There are only a couple more on this thing here that I would say um there aren't a lot more places on this map that I really go to, or that would be put in the highest tier, S tier, always visit. So there's only a couple more, but there are multiple of them that are going to go on the list. And the first one is not going to be Paradise. It was quite enjoyable. I'm putting it, I know I didn't say in any order, but I feel like I have to put Paradise Palms at the mostly enjoyable. Pleasant is definitely going S tier. Always visit. Especially OG. Especially OG. Polar Peak. I'll go average. I mean, Pressure Plant. Why? Retail row post unvaulting. Nah. I mean, I don't know really who went here after this, but retail row, I mean, mostly enjoyable. I guess I have to put it up here with mostly enjoyable. Rickety Rig. It was very good. It was one of my team's drop spots for arena in that season, for season 3. So it was my friends and I's drop spot, because there was a supply drop, so we would drop there all the time and just get the supply and get a free purple and gold gun. Risky Reels. OG Risky Reels. I mean, death. Death. If you guys remember, season 4, there was a challenge to search 7 chests in Risky Reels. I think there were 3 or 4 that spawn. Obviously, there are more now, but because they changed it up a little. But there were literally 3 or 4 chests that could spawn in Risky, and about 20 people would land there. So you would either have to wait a couple weeks, or yeah, I would wait a couple weeks to do the challenge, or you would have to just play for 3 hours trying to get 7 chests. So, Risky Reels will put in the mostly enjoyable because of the nostalgia from that story. Salty, OG Salty, and New Salty, I mean, they haven't really changed. They didn't change at all, actually. So, except for the gas station, I guess. The gas station switched sides or whatever, but I'm definitely going S tier on this. Salty Towers, mostly enjoyable. 3 rows of most of that, but Shifty Shafts, definitely mostly enjoyable. It was really cool. Slurpee, mostly enjoyable. I mean, a lot of these. Snobby. Snobby, I'm putting an average and high average because I don't know what it about Snobby that made it really fun, but it was just fun. And I know it was like no one went there, but it was just really, really, really cool. And I liked it. I went there quite often, but I'll put it in average because I didn't go there really, really often. I went there early, but not quite as much later in its existence. Stark Industries, come on, man, come on. Always visited this, bro. Come on, you can't. Uh, if anybody puts this in get me out of there unless you think of it because it has way too many people. But in my terms of I didn't go there, I didn't know much about it. You're just crazy, or you're like a complete bot. Like I went Stark Industries. It was so. The funny thing is, and I think this happened a lot with a couple of the like back in season 3, season 4, season 5 season 3, season 4, season 5. Um, if 15 people or if 10 people did not go Pleasant Park, Salty Springs, or Retail Row, it was the most insane thing ever. You would be like, yes, I have got the 3 best places with the best loot, quote unquote, apparently, or Tilted in like if Tilted, Salty, and Pleasant had less than 10 people going there, you would be ecstatic because you have the bit 3 places with the most chests with nobody there or not 10 people there. And that's the same with Stark. You could get a gold or purple pump super easy if you got lucky. You know, and you got like the aimbot repulsors and stuff. So it was it was a great spot. God drop. Starry Suburbs didn't play much in season 10 again. Didn't go there, so whatever. Stealthy. Don't like it. Never. I guess I'll go average because I never went to it usually. I only unless it was the first day of the season, and I only went to it now because of Predator. Steamy Stacks. I really like it, so I'm gonna go mostly enjoyable. Sunny Steps, I really liked it, and I know that sounds really crazy because like I feel like nobody really liked Sunny Steps or even went there, but great, great. Sweaty Sands. I'm definitely not putting it. I'll put it average. Definitely not on Paradise Palms levels, but it was still good. It's still good. Agency. In terms of again busyness, in terms of busyness here again, in terms of loot here, so I guess we'll go average. Um, authority again, I'll probably put average, but block. The block. I didn't go there. I did it. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't go there. Just passing through. I didn't go there, really. Fortilla. Come on, man. Come on. We'll put it again. High, mostly enjoyable. High, mostly enjoyable. And I believe out of all of these ones left, I believe there's only one more. One more. Always visit. The grotto. The grotto. The grotto had the minigun, and it was hectic because the henchman also had the miniguns. So you had to like get through Brutus, who had the minigun, and the henchman who had the minigun, and the camera things that would like spam you as well. So we're gonna skip the rig for now. The shark, really enjoyable. I would put it about mid tier, mostly enjoyable, so about here. The shark was really fun. The yacht. The yacht. Oh, we gotta put anarchy because the yacht. Just passing through. Never went there. It wasn't really that good. Tilted post on vaulting. Wasn't really there for that long. Get me out of there. Tilted. Come on, man. You gotta put it mostly enjoyable, man. Like, it was too good. People would probably put it God drop, but I'm basing it off of enjoyment and that. And also where I would drop most often. I didn't really drop Tilted again because I was a noob. Tilted Town, get out of here. Terrible landing spot, no building. Like, just terrible. Terrible. Tomato Temple, it was pretty average, honestly, pretty average. Tomato Town, again, pretty average, but I would put it in front of these, yeah. Wailing, I'll put mostly enjoyable, same with Weeping. And now, for the last one in which I skipped over, the rig. The rig. My go-to drop spot in Chapter 2, Season 2. My favorite drop spot. Because, right, you got the boombo no one really cared about, but you got a vault, you got AKs, you got the vault, you got a pretty easy way to get an AK. You got, you know, I don't really know. And you got a helicopter. Those three things for me, like, were amazing for me. And if you didn't know this, my go-to win strategy when doing this was get a helicopter. And I would mostly do this with Codex Salamander when we were playing for fun. We would go in the helicopter, have the best loot we could ever want. Go in the helicopter, fly up max height, right? And just float up there. And just float for the entire game, right? And then the last guy, we would go over water, drop down, and kill the last person, and you could probably get top 5 players easily, top 5 teams easily, and probably top 3 even pretty easy as well. And so it was like my favorite place to go ever. Other than Anarchy Acres, that is my favorite. Well, that and Anarchy Acres are my favorite places to ever go. And this is my final list. So we have Always Visit with the Rig, Anarchy, Dusty, Divot, Greasy, Loot Lake, Pleasant Park, Salty, and Stark Industries. Mostly enjoyable, there are a lot. There's Tilted, Paradise Palms, Retail Row, The Fortilla, Brenzy, Dirty, Caddy, Dooms, Dusty, Haunted, Lazy, Lagoon, The Shark, Lazy Lynx, Lucky Landing, Misty, Rickety, Neo Tilted, Risky, Salty, Shift, Salty Towers, Shifty, Slurpy, Steamy, Sunny, Steps, The Grotto, Wailing, and Weeping. The average, is Snobby, Colossal, Fatal, Happy, Hunters, Loot Lake Post Cube, Moisty, Polar Peak, Stealthy Stronghold, Sweaty Sands, Tomato, The Agency, The Authority, and Tomato Temple. In just passing through category, there is Craggy, Dusty Divot in the late stages, Flush, Gotham City, Holly, Junk, Lazy Lake, Lonely Lodge, Mega Mall, Moisty Palms, The Block, and The Yacht. And the Get Me Out of Here is Coral Castle, Frosty Flights, Leaky Lake, Post Cube, Leaky Lake, Pressure Plant, Retail Row, Post on Vaulting, Starry Suburbs, Post on Tilted Towers, Post on Vaultings, and Tilted Town. That is my tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and we'll see you in the next one.